Hello and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we will take a look at some of the incredible vehicles in Watery graves. Before starting, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more future updates. So let's start. Number 5. Corsair Fighter Plane. The American-built Vought F-4U Corsair fighter plane saw action in World War II and the Korean War as a carrier-based aircraft, which means it operated primarily from naval aircraft carriers known for their efficiency, 2 years after conducting test flights in 1940. Its first combat missions were on Guadalcanal. The French got the last delivery of the aircraft in 1953, and the Corsair was quickly in great demand. To mention a few, it was also utilized by the militaries of Britain, New Zealand, Argentina, and Honduras. Approximately 12,600 of the aircraft were constructed throughout the course of its 11-year production life. Even some Japanese pilots acknowledged that they believed the C-47 to be the most potent American fighter in World War II. In 1948, one of the aircraft's engine failed during a routine training mission in Hawaii, causing it to start sputtering. Thankfully, the extraterrestrial Corsair was safely and gracefully landed in the waters off Honolulu by the quick-thinking pilot. The jet fell to the seabed without even suffering any damage from the crash. According to reports, the pilot swam ashore with his life jacket on. Today, the Corsair's underwater wreckage is located about 3 miles off the coast of Oahu. The aircraft has suffered damage after being submerged in seawater for many years. At first glance, it appears that all that is left of it is the fuselage, yet despite its deteriorating state, one of the wings is still buried in the sand. Divers and photographers who specialize in underwater photography love the Corsair. Garden Neal's Jack's stingrays and other marine life that have turned the plane into an artificial reef call it home. Number 4. Brand new pickup trucks. More than 80 shipping containers went overboard into the Pacific Ocean in 2018 when the YM Efficiency cargo ship, which was sailing from the US to New South Wales, ran aground during a storm off Newcastle, Australia. When they arrived in Australia nearly 2 years later, plans were made to switch the driver's seat to the right side of the heavy-duty pickup trucks, which sell for about $95,000 each. However, photos of the recovered vehicles revealed that they had sustained significant damage during the disaster. The Silverados became wet after plummeting nearly 400 feet and crashing onto the ocean floor after sitting there for 22 months, according to the Australian Maritime Safety Authority project manager, who also told the Newcastle Herald that they had started to rot beyond the point of repair. The trucks had been submerged for so long that before they were hauled to the surface, Chevy unveiled a completely new model. They were meant for a scrapyard rather than being sold for a high price. Tires were contained in a different container that was rescued as part of the $9.5 million salvage operation. Number 3. Dozens of luxury cars. In 2002, vehicles other than trucks were also discovered underwater. When the Norwegian car ferry MV Tricolor crashed with the Bahamas and cargo ship Kiriba on its way from Belgium to Southampton, England, the ship sank in the icy North Sea about half an hour later, 20 miles off the coast of France. Thankfully, all 24 crew members made it out alive. The Tricolor sank with 2871 premium automobiles, including BMWs, Volvos, and Benz, totaling around $100 million. There are several highly desired Volvo XC90 SUVs in the cargo. The vessel was to be recovered by Dutch salvage company Smith International a year after it sank. Workers broke the ship into 9 segments using high-tension wires rather than floating it whole because they were unable to recover any of the buried automobiles from a different cargo ship. The entire in 2015, Osaka experienced a similar near disaster when it started to list severely shortly after leaving Norway for Germany. The crew purposefully beached the ship in an effort to save the 1,200 vehicles and SUVs on board, including Jaguars and Land Rovers. Salvage companies started working right once in the hopes of refloating the automobiles, which were believed to be worth $45 million. 19 days passed while the Osaka assistance was stuck, and 27% of the cars on board sustained damage. Fortunately, the losses weren't quite as bad as they were for the Tricolor. As it turned out, a few of the SUVs were heavier than their declared weight, which caused the ship to become unsteady before it had even departed from port. Number 2. Mars. The Swedish cruiser Mars, which was constructed in the 1560s and was named after the Roman god of war, was the flagship of King Eric XIV's fleet. It was known as the fiercest warship in the world, lengthened by 230 feet. In addition, it was one of the biggest vessels of its era in 1564. During a combat in the Baltic Sea between 809 Swedish and German sailors, Mars caught fire, exploded, and sank soon after it was built. As a result, 100 Swedish and German sailors perished and went to their watery graves. Also a gold and silver coin hoard in plenty. The wreck was uncovered in 2011 by a diving crew after years of investigation into its potential location. Researchers identified the ship, which is 20,046 feet below the seas, after observing its distinctive cannons and a number of other traits. The wreck is the Mars, as confirmed by a collection of silver coins made by Sweden's Erik XIV. It was the best preserved battleship of its sort, representing the first generation of Europe's major three-masted warships, according to experts, according to a 2014 National Geographic report. Raising the ruin would be costly and dangerous, according to maritime archaeologist Johan Ruby, who described Mars as a missing link that is helping to close the knowledge gap among specialists when it comes to 16th-century warships. Researchers have decided to leave it on the seafloor rather than move the delicate artifacts in order to study it by scanning it and building 3D reconstructions. By doing this, they hope to gain some insight into the final seconds before the ship sank, which can help them better understand how warriors of the time behaved in battle. Number 1. RMS Republic. The RMS Republic, a Royal Mail ship constructed in 1903, was certified to transport both British and American mail. It was initially constructed for use on the Dominion Line, but shortly after its inaugural voyage, it was purchased by the White Star Line. The 570-foot-long, 16,000-ton vessel was one of the most worldly passenger liners of its era and was known as the Millionaire Ship because it frequently transported affluent passengers on January 23, 1909. The Republic encounter, after taking many safety precautions, including slowing its speed and sounding whistles continually between both ships, collided with the steamship SS Florida off the shore of Nantucket Island due to dense fog. The crash claimed the lives of 7 people, and the surviving passengers were moved to the less damaged vehicle. SS Florida historians partially attribute the minimal loss of life when the Republic went beneath the waters at 8:40 p.m. the next day to the effective evacuation operation. Since then, tales of a great amount of treasure being hidden aboard the sunken ship have spread among both treasure seekers and shipwreck enthusiasts. At the time of the sinking, the cache was estimated to be valued between $250,000 and $3 million. The items might be worth $1 billion today. The wreck was discovered in 1981, and in 1987 the team's leader Martin Barr secured $2.5 million from investors to continue exploring the ship in search of the hidden treasure. This is it for today's video. Which one of these incredible vehicles is the coolest to you? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like these. Thanks for watching.